Hi, my name is Alex, and this is part 2 of the Dungeon of the Mad Mage box opening. We have a brick. For all of you who do not know, a brick of miniatures is basically 8 boosters. The way the WizKids are doing their boosters is there's 1 large or extra large miniature and 4 small to medium sized per booster. My apologies for the glare. So the value of bricks at release varies from 85, no, I'm sorry, from 90 to 100 depending on where you get them. Stores do charge 125, so you would better off get them online, but I always do say support your local game stores. If you can, get them there. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to give you like deals on these. And let's get into the opening. There are 8 boosters. We're going to go one by one. We have a grid, and we'll see what happens, what we get, and we pretty much, so we have a good selection. Now, interesting thing, there's about 45 miniatures per set. When you pick up a brick, there will be doubles. That's unavoidable. However, a brick will get you on an average anywhere from 30 unique miniatures from the set. Take it with a salt of, grain of salt. Whatever we get is whatever we get. But I'm pretty excited about this, even though I know I'm behind by about 2 sets, and I will be bringing you Baldur's Gate and the next set as well, so you know what it is. And I'm trying to get them as fast as possible. But let's get into this. So this is the first booster. As you can see, this is the front. On the side, you do have sort of famous miniatures for the set, or as I like to call them, most sought out. They're like the eye candy. You have a beholder, a bunch of small ones, what looks like a skeleton military. Now, interesting to know that most of the miniatures from this particular set do not come from the monster manual. Most of these come from either Volus's Guide or Mordekaiser's Guide or other voracious books, but mostly it's either Volus or Mordekaiser since they're like the big selection of miniatures. So let's get into our booster number 1. We're gonna open the first one together, and the rest they are not easy to open. I am telling you right now, without a knife. And I should have took my knife. As you can see, I'm sort of destroying it. And let's see what our first one brings. Okay, empty box, throw. This is interesting because this is the first time I'm seeing them do this. This is and for those of you who already saw the code, by all means use it if you lose it or use it. This is for the board game, apparently, Waterdeep co-op game. And on here you have a giveaway for something for a code. So if you see this code, if you want to use it and you saw the video, by all means, I am not going to use it. So you are more than welcome to pause at 3 minutes and 40 seconds and use it. So let's get into the miniatures. I'm already seeing something really cool that we got, and it is big. This is, I mean, this thing is huge. By like, this would be a size for a minute. For the size in the game, this would be huge. I do not know what this thing is. It's like a frog with multiple tentacles, and it is called Frogemoth. Frogemoth. It is heavy and it is big, and on our grid it definitely takes up more than its fair share of space. For the small ones, we have very tiny. I'm not sure if the camera will zoom in. An intellect, and oh, this is an interesting. This is an intellect devourer. Oh, these would be great for mind flayers. mind, and it takes up one little box. This would be great for like your mind flayer colonies. Oh, that's pretty cool. Which, by the way, mind flayers are a pain to deal with for players for some reason. Not exactly sure. Our next one is a gnome inquisitive. A gnome inquisitive. Now, yes, I do pronounce my come on, camera zoom. Now, I do pronounce my gnomes with the G. It doesn't want to zoom. My apologies. Again, I'm not a professional who does this. I just do this for fun. Also, very small figure. Lastly, and don't worry, other boxes will be a lot. Other boosters will be a lot faster. But next is, oh, this is pretty cool. A veteran leader. Now, if you have, this is a really cool PC or an NPC because it does have two. He does have two swords. Again, my camera is not that well, and even if I put it by, it's not really zooming in for some reason. But he has two swords, so it's really cool mini. This is our so far number 1. So our second booster, we're gonna start with the medium, and I actually did get an idea of how I might be able to zoom in stuff for you. This is what looks like a, well, it's actually named Elf Cleric of the Grave. We're gonna see if this works. Making the camera. There you go. And look at that, it works. This is really cool elf. Looks like he has a pike and a guitar. And Elf Cleric of the Grave. Awesome. Bubble wrap aside, we're gonna pop that later. Next up is Berserker. A bit generic, but I do like the axe. A very cool axe on a Berserker. So that's interesting. These are still the medium. Last but not least, medium is a Reverend. Okay, this is a bit strange. A regular, what looks like a human, or with blue-green skin. A Reverend. That means there is a different version of him later on. And our medium to large is, I have no idea what this is. Trobrand. I do not know. It looks like he's firing whatever this thing is. It's pretty cool because it has, like, it's firing a fireball. Fireball. Another one in his hand. All metal looking, sort of very interesting miniature. Weird. I do not know how I feel about it, but I like it. For our third pack, we got something really cool. This is big. This is actually from a dragon family, and this is a Behir, or however you pronounce it. This is a really cool large figure. It is on par with our big boy right here. And to compare size, if this is a medium, these are large. Even to a player character, it easily takes up a 3x3 space on the grid. on a standard grid. So he is big. This is really, really cool. A couple of these in a dragon's lair will, oh, beautiful. Just the thought of having my players kind of facing them off. Next up is Tiefling Battlemaster, which is, I actually like this one. The shield is really well drawn, and the tail, of course, for Tiefling. Now, remember, common misconception that I've heard from other DMs and other players that Tieflings are all evil. Not really necessarily Tieflings are all evil. So, but that is a very cool miniature. This is a human paladin, Oath of Vengeance. Remember, paladins, after level 3, do take up their own oaths. Ah, he fell. And last but not least, oh, this is awesome. So these guys are really, really cool for Underdark adventures, and seeing how to see how players in general would react to them. This is a Flum. This little guy is Flum. Really, really awesome. I also like to use them in caves as like guides, or in the more nefarious sort of like lure your party into something bad. Alright, so let's move on to back number 4. When I was picking that up, it was very, very heavy, and I had no idea what it is. And from the looks of it, now we have an idea. It is huge. Oh, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this guy. Honestly, he's the size of giants as a miniature. And oh my god. I can't even have the camera zoom just on him. He's easily, like, in my palms. What is this? It's demonic in nature, maybe? Goristro. Whatever it is, it's Goristro. The name. I am so butchering the name. Goristro. This is big. This is, like I said, giant size. I have giant miniatures that are this size. And compared to playables, it's our 3x3. Those are small. Yeah, this is really, really big. What else did we get in here? Oh, guys, we got another box. The one that's on the box. I think this may be the mage himself. Is he gonna make an appearance? Yeah, maybe. Halaster Blackcloak. Halaster Blackcloak. Okay, this one is a cool mage miniature. Oh, come on, camera, zoom in. As you can see, as the spell effects, swords or magic missiles, whatever you want. This is a really cool mini wizard. He might be the actual Mad Mage himself. I do not know the actual story. Come on, camera zoom. There we go, Halaster Bullock. This is a really, really cool thing. I do not know any of the miniatures from this set. I did not look into it, even though I'm really, really late behind it. So I kind of want to open it with you guys and ladies. Okay, we have another Reverend. Oh, Reverend. Okay, so these are basically priests, from what I understand it, because this is variant B, and he has some sort of like a smoke thing in his hand right here. Really good for this might actually really be well if you guys want to do some sort of a encounter for church, Curse of Strahd. That would go really cool with. And Great Ooze. Ooh, oozes. Awesome. I love oozes. I love cubes and all things of that nature. Camera zoom in. This is a great ooze. Awesome miniature. Also, players don't necessarily know how to deal with oozes, which makes it for great encounters. So this is halfway through. This is the selection we got it going halfway through our brick. Let's see what pack 5 will show. Our pack 5 gives us something really unique. It is a mechanical scorpion. Let's see if I can have the camera zoom in on just this. A mechanical beast. Oh, this is great. Oh, this look at the detailing, like from the scorpion, from the stinger, the lightning. The actual name is Scaladar. Oh, this is great. This is a really great piece to have. So far, I am not disappointed by any of these pieces. Next up is what the name of this is, Flesh Golem. Speaking of Flesh Golems, nothing really special, just a Flesh Golem, bits and pieces. Your average run-of-the-mill Frankenstein. Then we also have a tiny grung. It's a frog-like creature. If you want your players to get attacked by toads. And last but not least, something I really dislike about every D&D set that they've been put out are the invisible. I think it's a waste of space to have an invisible figure, but they do have it. Oh my god, look at that. Our first, I don't want to say a repeat, but his invisible poor variant. Could be useful, but like I said, I'm really against invisible. I think they can be have something else in the set that's cool, but apparently invisibles are like the more expensive ones, harder to find. But they sort of replace it when your figure goes stealth or something happens to it. For some reason, this one is a bit more curved. Really cool, still unique, and so far, no duplicates. Now, this is, we will open 5 packs, no duplicates. Doesn't mean we're not going to get them. We probably are going to get them soon. But so far, the selection is pretty cool. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a beholder for our 6th pack. Now, beholders are one of the more iconic creatures in D&D. There are actually multiple beholders printed in sets. Please don't break. Please don't break. Please don't break. Ah, there we go. Phew, that was close. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is actually not a beholder. This is a beholder zombie. In Volus's guide, we get a preview of a bunch of different beholders. Archetypes, this is a beholder zombie. So this is a pretty cool miniature to have. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted the one on the box, but this is awesome. The teeth, the eye stalks, and everything. Great pop. I personally have other beholder types. I have about 5 different beholders now with this. Oh, check it out. We got a hag, bear hag. Oh, that's cool. I actually love hags. Baba Yaga is one of my favorites, but I am partial to it because Soviet. This is cool hag. Staff, blue, and everything. Next, we have... Oh, guys, this is awesome. This is awesome. I wanted this. I love this. I heard that this was in here. So this is a shadow. Yes, a shadow. Oh, you could have such cool things with these in against your party. It's sort of also, as you can see, slightly translucent. This is such a cool miniature right here. Oh my god, that's great. Super excited about the shadow. And also we get what looks like a veteran. Stand of the mill, soldier, sword. You know, nothing really special, but a really cool figure, one sword figure nonetheless. 2 packs left. It looks like for our 7th pack, another Scorpion. And again, hopefully, oh, there we go, come out. Oh, this is, it looks like a Scorpion. Muriel. Unless I'm reading this, Mural, correct me in the comments below if you see this. Scorpion with a sword. Very interesting. This looks like it resembles a grasshopper. You know, the legs. But, oh, it could be a grasshopper Scorpion hybrid. Which would be great for your Ravnica if you're doing Ravnica for Combine. Semi-combine sort of creature. Pretty cool. Great looking figure. We get, this is a Flint. I do not know what a Flint is. It looks like a wolf-like creature with flail. You could put it as a gnoll, as a wolf, as a guard. I like it. It's great. Very unique, very cool looking. And Necromancer. Oh, these guys are sick. I gotta have the camera zoom in on this guy for you. Let's see, come on, camera. And Necromancer is holding 2 orbs, you know, something inside his skull. Great for like lich fights. Amazing. And a really, really cool sword effect. Flying sword. If you want to throw inanimate objects on your players, this is it. Now, there's a whole actually entire D&D 5th edition. They released spell effects, floating swords, etc., etc. So this is, I'm not sure why they would put it in here, but this is actually pretty cool. I'm excited to have these. I really wanted to have something like this instead of representing them with like dimes and daggers, which is, so this is it. And let's open the last pack. And for our last pack, we get, remember we saw on the box there was the one with an axe? Well, this is a Minotaur Skeleton 32B variant with a mole. Really, really cool. I would love to put this into my Undead Encounters. This is going to be a great addition. We get our first duplicate, a Shadow. More the merrier. That's all I gotta say. The more the merrier. Now, what interesting thing about the Shadow is you can see there's actually space right here a little bit, so you can put something like a figure inside of it, on it, and you know what I mean? And it stays in. Smaller figures fit even better. Like a frog, for instance. This little frog that we got. Boom. Great. I love to have more of these. That's our reprint. And what looks like a well, it's called Trisium, and I can't really pronounce it, but what it is a small imp-like creature. Camera doesn't want to zoom. I gotta work on that. My apologies. Great for familiar. It looks like a cat-like creature. And a run-of-the-mill thug leader with a crossbow. Now, so this is the selection we have for the brick 8 packs. As you saw, we only have one double that happened, a couple of variants, and then visible. Now, my thoughts about this is very simple. I actually love this set. It brought very big surprises that I haven't even thought of, like this guy, for instance. This mutated frog thing. Great brick. So as you saw, we only got one duplicate. It doesn't mean that, you know, you won't get more than one duplicate. If you buy your own brick, there will be duplicates. It's part of it, but it's a pretty good selection. I am extremely happy with what I got. Cannot wait to pit my players against this stuff. And if you are my players who are watching this, it's a party wipe. I don't know what to tell you, especially against them. But as I said, thank you very much for staying with me. I am not an experienced YouTuber. I am not doing this for money, and this is not, you know, this is just for me to show you sizes, what you get in the brick, what it looks like, and things like that. Thank you so much for paying attention, or not paying attention, or just putting this up to sleep. If you have any further questions or help me ways to improve my videos, let me know in the comments below. Thank you, and I will see you for the D&D set of Baldur's Gate. Peace out.